SpaceX completed its historic $75 billion IPO last week, and now the question is, what will this IPO tell us in 5 years? Is this a smart story or a cautionary tale? Let's break it down in this week's weigh-in. Hi everyone, I'm Avery Marquez, Director of Investment Strategies at Renaissance Capital. While the SpaceX deal was unique, the reality of every IPO is that the company going public needs to prove to investors that it's worth at least the valuation it gets when it prices, and then it needs to keep proving it. That leads to a valid question about the SpaceX IPO price tag. When a stock begins life at $1 trillion valuation, can it still deliver sustainable upside? With that in mind, in 5 years, this listing will tell us how feasible it is to bring a company public at such a massive valuation, and if public investors are still able to capture that typical IPO growth. As for what kind of story this will be, that will depend greatly on how well SpaceX can execute the plans laid out in its S1, such as the completion of Starship and the ramping up of its AI business. That's it for this week's weigh-in. To stay on top of the IPO market, make sure to click subscribe and sign up for our newsletter using the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week.